Hello everybody, I am in day 5 of my quarantine and I thought to share a video on 3 ways to make the most of your quarantine. I know many of us are stuck inside if we tested positive, and instead of just sulking or mourning our separation from the outside world, I created this video to invite you into a more holistic, a more healing, a more empowering, a more inspiring quarantine for you. So just stay with me and I'll tell you how to dive in deep and dive in delicious. So the first thing I learned with Corona is really the importance of having your own experience. Like with anything else in life, you'll always find other people who had similar experiences or a similar trigger, the coronavirus, and you'll start to seek, what happened to you, how did you cope, what was your experience like. And we, in the beginning of this experience, we reached out to some friends who had the virus and were in quarantine, and each person really shared intimately what their experience was like. Some experiences empowered us, gave us really cool tips. Some experiences were kind of like scaring us and making it seem like this was gonna be a descent into hell. So instead of seeking outwards, although it's helpful to see, what other people experience, it's really, really important that you find your own experience. What is happening in your body? What is happening in your mind? What is happening in your emotional field? And I felt so deeply. The virus itself is a deep healing in all of those fields. The first thing for me was the tastes. I stopped tasting and smelling. And I remember one day I was telling Yahab, it's so weird, I can't taste anything. And I really love taste and pleasure in food. And so it was kind of constricting feeling, but then it was a deep initiation because I discovered I'm kind of addicted to food. I'm kind of like, I eat when I'm bored, I eat when I don't have much to do. And so instead of doing that, I noticed all the places where I just kind of eat unconsciously and started to return more to conscious eating. In the beginning, I also felt a lot of fatigue. I was getting tired, sleeping early. I was sneezing a lot, and I was confused whether that was my allergies, which I still kind of have because spring started, or it was the virus. And so my own navigation allowed me to dive deep into my own symptoms and what was being triggered in my body and responding to that. So not, going with the flow of somebody else who said, for example, she was really tired all the time and she couldn't do anything and she had brain fog, because the moment I asked them, and then they would say keywords like brain fog, fatigue, I would start to activate that in my own body. And so instead of adapting to what the consensus externally was on the virus, I really invited myself to go into my own experience and what's happening for me, what's the lesson for me, what's the somatic or the experience in the body for me. And that really helped me almost navigate it as an artist, as another experience out of many in life, including the being indoors for who knows how long the quarantine is going to take. But that's also an experience that's for me to experience what that's like for me, not for you, not for the other person who also had their quarantine, but what is it like for Madiha to make the most of her time in quarantine in this moment in her life. So in the beginning, when my taste buds started to leave, I was still eating. I was eating random stuff, pizza, whatever was available, because I was tired, and when you're tired, you don't really have a strength of will, so you just eat whatever's available. And then I realized actually it's so important to be eating healing foods and to be energizing and medicating through the high vibe foods I eat. And so when Ihab's family gifted us some 3-day cleanse from Zenergy, I was like, that's amazing, yes. And day one was a bit difficult, but then as the days progressed, I felt so energized and healed with the juice healing 3-day cleanse, and my body feels so clear, and it feels also like those sorry, my hand is tired. And it feels like those healing foods really helped my body recuperate fast, integrate fast, respond fast, activate my immunity fast. And so really make sure what you're eating is top health. Don't go eat junk because you're laying around and bored and kind of, depressed that you can't see the world for 10 days or a week. But make the most of every food choice you make to make food your medicine cabinet. Lastly, make the most of your Corona quarantine to learn, to clear. Don't go watching stupid stuff on YouTube or wasting your time just having mindless conversations with friends. Make the most of this 10-day lock-in. So almost like you have this time with yourself, whether it's in your room or in your home or wherever you are kind of confined, to go inwards, maybe meditate more, maybe go on the rooftop and just reflect and journal. Make sure that the 10 days you're taking for yourself are serving you rather than making you lazy and fat and, you know, just not active. So it's okay to rest, but maybe learn something new every day. I finished the 5 a.m. club, which I'm really happy about. I also took an online masterclass on the Supreme Sound, which was all about voice, and I listened so deeply to an artist I discovered called Simran. I started to also watch videos with David Wolf, who is an amazing spiritual nutritionist and scientist.
Trying to communicate back to other people like, hey, look, here's the magical reality. It's always right in front of us all the time.
And now I even purchased his course, which would give me a nutrition certificate after like 100 hours of sessions. So I feel that to make the most of this time, make sure you learn something new. Clear your consumption, clear your media intake, clear whatever you're reading, to make sure it's just stuff that's recalibrating you and supporting your healing, your evolution, your growth. Because just because it's Corona, it doesn't mean that it has to put you down. Actually make this an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for rest, an opportunity to really spend time with yourself and enjoy the 10 days off that you've been given by the universe. I hope this video is helpful. My intention is really to remind you that just because you are in quarantine, just because you tested positive for a virus that the whole world is fearing, it doesn't mean that these have to be terrible days in your life. Make the most of them, rest, take care, stay safe, and enjoy your quarantine. If you like this video, make sure to share it and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see you again next week for more inspiring, empowering, and delicious content.